Today we're going to be talking about the 4 best affordable communities here in the Clermont area. Now these are not going to be ranked in any particular order because they're the best in each of their categories. We're going to be covering the best price, location, incentives, and the best overall. Now definitely stick around to the end because that one's going to be the newest community and my most favorite. For best prices, we have the Groves at Whitemarsh by Stanley Martin Homes. Today I'm going to show you how you can save $100,000 and potentially more. You're going to love it. Okay, let's go inside and tour one of the models here, and then we'll talk about how you can save $100,000 by buying in here. Are you ready? We're here in the Weber floor plan by Stanley Martin Homes, and check out this entrance space. I typically am not a fan of dark colors, but the way they styled this is impeccable. I love it. Now this room is what sets this floor plan apart. It's almost like having a second primary bedroom. First of all, look at the size of this thing. It's 15 feet long. It's a really large room with its own ensuite bath. If you have guests or maybe an in-law that's staying with you, it's perfect for that. But look at this closet space. I almost want to say it might be bigger than the primary. All right, now let's head into the main living area, and this is what makes this house a home. I absolutely love the openness of this. Sometimes it's hard to imagine where everything goes, and I think that the way they have this laid out is perfectly defined. You have a really great space for kitchen. You also have a nice and wide dining space. Here they have a 6-seater table. You could definitely go to an 8-seater and still have room. And then you have a clearly defined living room space that I think is absolutely perfect the way they have this space laid out. Also, you get 2 large windows here in the dining room, which gives a lot of natural light to this home. Over in this section, you got the laundry room over by these bedrooms with a galley to the garage, a nice size double sink hall bathroom to share with these 2 rooms, and 2 really great sized rooms with walk-in closets.
Better be focused.
Oh, why hello. Now for the primary suite, and this makes me want to go to take a nap. It just looks so zen. First of all, the color palette is perfect. Let's just take a moment to appreciate how symmetrical this room is, with the 2 windows perfectly aligned with the king-size bed. And of course, this textured accent wall. Over here, you have a ensuite bath with a shower and a generously sized closet that should be good for his and her needs. And last but not least, they have a good sized lanai space. So if you want to have some covered space, screen it in, of course, so you don't get attacked by bugs every night, because this community is surrounded by wetlands, so you probably will want to keep those screens up. We're in Groves at Whitemarsh, which is a new community by Stanley Martin Homes. This community is going to feature 6 different floor plans that you can choose from, ranging from 1,589 square feet all the way up to over 2,800 square feet of living space. Now, this home that we just toured is their Weber floor plan, which is the largest of their single-story options, with 4 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, and 2,210 square feet of living space. Now let's talk about what this is gonna cost you per month. This home starts right under $389,000. So at $389,000, with, let's just say, a 5% down payment, at today's market rate of around 6.5%, you're looking at a monthly payment of around $2,335 a month, plus your PMI, your escrows, and your HOA fees. Oh, but don't let me forget to tell you, they have a current promotion for FHA home buyers on their quick move-in homes for 4.875% of the interest rate. That would put your monthly payment under $2,000 plus your PMI escrows and HOA. So definitely even more opportunity for savings and affordability. All right, now let's head outside and talk about how you can save a ton of money living here. Now, to appreciate the value here in Groves at Whitemarsh, we're gonna be comparing this to Dreamfinders in Hills of Mineola, which is the remaining builder there. If you haven't watched my video on Hills of Mineola, I highly recommend that you give it a watch after this video. But in short, it is a highly desirable community. And one of the reasons why so many people are moving there is for all of the the development that's planned for that community. Now, there's so much coming to Hills of Mineola, including a brand new hospital, 2 major shopping centers. One is featuring the Crooked Can Brewery, which everybody's raving about and can't wait to see. The other is a Hills of Mineola Town Center, which will feature lots more for shopping and dining choices. And since it's right off the turnpike and we're just minutes from the next exit up, you're right in proximity to all of that. All of that sounds amazing, right? But the downside can be that it's so expensive to purchase in there. That's why I think that Groves at Whitemarsh is such a great value. You're a short commute to having access to the best of Hills of Mineola without having to pay the premium for it at all. For example, let's compare some similar floor plans of both communities. So the Weber by Stanley Martin is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,210 square foot floor plan option. All-in price is $388,640 versus the Anna Maria, which is a 2,235 square foot home, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, but the base price starts at $530,000 plus your lot, your upgrades and design. So that could add potentially over $50,000 to that price. Now the Juniper option here at Stanley Martin's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath with 1,839 square feet, all-in price around $350 versus the Lexington floor plan at Dreamfinders is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath at 1,800 square feet, starting at $505,000. Their Seton floor plan here at Stanley Martin is just over 2,000 square feet, also 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. All-in price is at $388,000. Now the Magnolia with Dreamfinders is 2,100 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and their base price starts at $476,000. So there's a absolutely huge difference in pricing between these two communities. All in, you're getting similar size homes, but you're saving over $100,000 by buying in Groves at Whitemarsh versus Hills of Mineola. But you're still able to take advantage of all of the amazing things coming to Hills of Mineola because you're only 20 minutes away. I think that's an amazing deal. Oh my gosh, look at that. Ooh, look, ooh, it's got a green face. Come here, Lucas. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna be jumping for the rest of the day. Oh, did you see how hairy that is? He's got, look, oh, I'm terrified of spiders. You guys probably already know this, but right now my kid's favorite show is Lucas the Spider on Netflix, and they try to make spiders that look like that really cute, and on the show he is, but I'm still terrified. With everything that's happening around this community, it made my list for the best location, Cypress Bluff by KB Homes. I found another affordable new construction community with gorgeous homes I think you're really gonna love. And even though you could save up to $50,000 in buying here, it may not be for everyone. We're definitely gonna be talking about that. But first, let's talk about the location and then tour this gorgeous home behind me. Let's go. Cypress Bluff is located in Groveland, Florida, just a few minutes west of the booming city of Clermont, which is increasingly becoming less and less affordable. This is why I think this community is a great option for anyone with a lower budget that still wants to be near all that Clermont has to offer. But it still is in its early days with all that's yet to come, and you'll definitely want to hear about it. This is one of the many communities popping up to accommodate for the influx of people moving to this area. But because it's still developing, if you're early, you can take advantage of the lower home prices before they shoot up. That is one of the biggest values here at Cypress Bluff. Now, if you leave the community and look around, there's not a whole lot here yet, but that's because it's still developing. But you can get to your general shopping all within 10 to 20-ish minutes. Publix is your closest grocery store about 10 minutes away. And that plaza also includes other dining and retail options. From Target, Walmart, and Costco, and other shopping centers with restaurants and theaters, you're about 20 to 25 minutes. From downtown Clermont, which has lakefront restaurant that's super nice, and plenty of other dining options, trails, and a waterfront beach area, which is great for the little ones. you're only about 15 minutes. Lake Hiawatha Park with a great dog park and kids playground is only 14 minutes away. And here you're only 9 minutes from the Turnpike exit, getting you quick into Orlando. Now, what's exciting is what's coming to Groveland. The city has plans for Groveland Square, which is going to be a modern shopping center just 10 minutes away from this community, and it's super exciting. There's also plans for a revitalized downtown Groveland, and from the renderings, it's looking pretty spectacular. This includes the Avalon Caroba mixed-use area that will connect on the north side of downtown, as well as the Groveland spot coming on the south end that'll be right on the waterfront at Lake David. It reminds me of a mix of downtown Winter Garden and downtown Clermont, and all of this is just 7 minutes away from here. Make sure you subscribe, as we will be covering all of the Groveland development in a future video. I think the development of these, among with all the other things planned for Groveland, will drive so much value to this community and the surrounding areas. Let's go tour one of those models and then talk about how buying here in Cypress Bluff can save you a ton of money. This floor plan is so cute. Right off the front door, you have a nice little guest suite area. The room is definitely a little cozy, but for guests, that's perfect because it keeps them from thinking about moving in. I like that. Then you have the downstairs bathroom, which is nice because you can use it for the guests, but you also have it for your visitors. And one thing I want to point out about this hallway, I do love how they decorated this foyer. And I don't know why I've been drawn so much to like wallpaper lately. It's just been really coming back, but in a more modern way, so I really like it. All right, now check out this open space. So I love how they've decorated in here. It does have like a good open flow with lots of windows. One thing I've noticed is, you know, it is a more snug kitchen than maybe some, but it's got great spacing. You got a nice little dry island here, so you can have food for entertaining. I love having potluck dinners with family. I can just picture all of that laid out here while you're still being able to entertain your guests. These kitchen with the windows over the sink, I think it's just so nice to give you something to look at when you're washing dishes, especially late at night. My least favorite thing to do. And then, yeah, you have good counter space overall, and you have a nice corner pantry that's walk-in. Of course, you can add in extra shelves, and this is good for like just putting your coffee machine or something. Then you have your garage right here. You have a good space for a table. I mean, this is a 6-seater. I imagine that, you know, when you have company come over, you can extend it and still have good space. Now, this living room is perfect. Look at the size of this couch. I love sectional sofas, so something like that, and I love this table. It looks like a block of stone right in your living room. But one thing I wanted to point out, if you didn't have these chairs here, it may even make this room feel even bigger, but they do add like the complement of the coloring, so I do think it was really nicely styled and it's really nicely laid out. If you're really enjoying this tour as much as I am, before we head upstairs, I want you to make sure that you stick around to the end, because we're going to talk about what it's going to cost to build this floor plan and what that payment breakdown is going to look like per month. All right, now let's go upstairs because I can't wait to show you this primary. Now, this is a wonderful size loft. I love that they have 2 big windows right in the center, keeping it nice and bright. And I don't know if you caught it on the way up, they have a really large window right in the middle of the stairwell, which I think helps add to that brightness. I absolutely love it. I know you can upgrade and do like railings if you wanted to open railings. So there's a lot of ways you can customize these homes to really make it look perfect. Right over here, you have 2 really amazing sized rooms. The secondary bedrooms here are really spacious. We've got a queen size bed and the full furniture set up and still plenty of room. And it's got a walk-in closet, which is really important to note, especially if you have older kids or young kids with a lot of stuff. On this side, same setup. I mean, look how spacious this room looks. This one does have just a regular built-in closet, but you have so much space in here and it's nice and bright. Right by the bathroom, you have a good sized laundry room. So you'd have your washer and your dryer here, room for your baskets and things. And the secondary bathroom right here, one thing I wanted to point out about KV Homes is that they're all about you customizing the home. So it's very almost like a la carte. Do you want a second cabinet? Do you want a second sink? Do you want tile going all the way up versus the insert? You can really customize it to be as fancy or as simple as you want so that it works with all budgets. Right. Look how beautiful this is. So another reason why I love KB is that you can fully customize. I'm sure that it comes with just the 2 windows and then you can add in the extra windows if you want. But we've got 1 window, 2 windows, 3 windows, 4 windows, 5 windows in this bedroom. It is so bright in here and it's very, very spacious. I love that the bed is perfectly aligned with the side windows. And then you have this hallway with the 5th window, a huge walk-in closet. And here's an example of more done up options because they added in this pretty marble tile. This is the standard setup. You can have this become a walk-in shower. You can have as an upgrade where you keep the linen closet, or you have the option to do the tub and then this becomes the shower, which is something that we did in our house. It looks small, but the shower is actually still really spacious. And you have the option to enclose the water closet if you like that more private. And of course, all the upgrades you can plan for your cabinet. Wait a minute, look. We got a family. Hold on, timeout on video. Hi, birdies. They're like, I need to get out of here. Some weird ladies chasing me. All right, here we are in the 1573 floor plan, which is the smallest of their bungalows, but you'll still see it has a lot of space. Right off the front, you have a half bath for the downstairs and a coat closet for your coats that you don't ever use here in Florida. And then you have a really cozy living room space. Because of the layout, and they don't have an island, but I call it like the peninsula. So you do still have kind of that open concept looking over the living room space. I really do like that they have the dining a little bit separate and your living room is perfectly laid out. Because it's a little cozier, you do have, like the way they have this laid out, I think is absolutely perfect. Probably wouldn't fit like a really big couch in here because it'll make it feel maybe a little bit smaller, but this makes it feel really big and open. Then you have a really deep closet for storage, which I think is very important. And there's your door to the garage, a good pantry size here in the kitchen. Before we head upstairs, I want to point out, since this is a bungalow, and for those of you that might not be familiar with that term, that's a single family home that has the garage coming in from the back of the home, not the traditional front style. Now with that, some of the pros of having that is that you can have a much more affordable home. The con would be that you don't have any backyard space since your garage is there. They do have these little kind of like a little landing space. I wouldn't call this a patio of any sort, but they put in a slider anyways, which I think is just like a really big window because it brings in a lot of natural light. Now, one thing to point out is that you have windows all the way around, which brings in so much natural light. So it's almost like a townhouse feel with it because they're narrower, but you have the abundance of natural light because of all the windows since it's not attached on the side. Now we're going to talk about how much this costs per month, but first let's tour the second floor. Now that we're upstairs, one thing I want to point out is I really love that they have a window in the stairwell, and I like that the stairwell is curved, so it's not just one straight flight of stairs up. I always like when it's broken up a little bit. Now, one thing to notice about this floor plan is that there is no loft space. So if that is something that's more important to you, you have the option of doing one of the bigger floor plans here. Now over here, we have a secondary bedroom, which, pardon the mess, they use this as an office because this is the sales office too, but they feature a Jack and Jill bathroom. For those of you that aren't familiar with what that is, it's a bathroom that's accessible from inside 2 other bedrooms. So you have access from this bedroom, which segues into this other bedroom, which this one's a little bit bigger. And one thing I want to point out is there's a walk-in closet, which is really nice. And I really love how they painted this, and it makes it look so luxurious. I like it. Coming back out the hallway, here is the laundry room. Important things, there's a window. And then over here would typically be a linen closet, so that's why they have the picture here. And then look at this primary suite. Still really great size. You have a nice ensuite bath, but you have good windows, so you bring in lots of natural light. And then this is with the built-in shower and a window for some natural light. And then your closet will be in here. One thing people really appreciate with having closets in the bathroom and not in the bedroom is it doesn't take out your wall space. So a plus, or maybe it's a negative depending on what you like. If you're a fan of bungalows, give me a like. Now, everyone's favorite, best incentives, we have Waterstone by Lennar. If you've been eyeing the Clermont area and have found that new home prices are a bit steep, then keep watching because this affordable, under the radar community could save you upwards of 6 figures. And that's not clickbait. First things first, let's go tour this home. We're in the Columbus model, and right off the top, if you notice, it's got this huge 2-story foyer. I love the mega window at the front, just brings a lot of natural light in here. Right over here, you have a half bathroom, which is great for your guests so that they don't have to use your own bathrooms. And then right as you come in, this is a really nice open concept flow. You got a great sized kitchen. And this community is a gas community. Yep, you see it first. A lot of the newer communities I'm seeing are coming out with gas appliances, which is really exciting for my northerner folks. Really great cabinet space. Around, you even have like a little nook here for your coffee bar. A nice sized pantry too. They got all your dish. Oh, look, it's my dish set. Hey, good taste. Or maybe I got my ideas from here. And then you have your dining space. Now this floor plan does not have an outdoor lanai space. You can certainly add like a nice patio with a pergola or something, but keep in mind this floor plan just comes with a little concrete pad. But look at the size of the yard. Yard goes all the way to that back area there. So if you're looking for a big yard, this is the type of floor plan that works great because the footprint of this home doesn't take up a lot of your yard because it's a 2-story. The living room space, very nice. I love how they have it styled with the sectional. It's actually a really cute couch. It's very cozy. And then of course, your door to your garage comes in right off the kitchen, which is very convenient for bringing in groceries. Now let's check out upstairs. If you're liking this tour so far, give me a like. All right, coming upstairs, you have somewhat of a loft space, I guess. We have, I think the way they styled it is good because it's really narrow. So not quite the space that you could have for like a TV setup, but definitely a desk setup. I might add that this definitely looks very masculine. Kind of makes me think of like leather-bound books and furniture that's of rich mahogany. Give me a like if you know the reference. And now we have one of the bedrooms. This one's a little bit cozier. This is probably your average size room. Now keep in mind, this floor plan is built for affordability. So you're not gonna have these huge luxury type rooms, but you're gonna have great space nonetheless. And you know, to have a 4-bedroom in this price range is just nuts. So you have a great hall bathroom. I love that they have the linen closet inside. It is just one sink, but they do have a good sized tub. And then right across you have the laundry room, which is very convenient to all the kids' rooms. The reality is that most of the laundry comes from them anyways. Okay, well look at these size rooms. This is a lot better. The football room. This looks, what is it, FSU that has these colors? Not that well versed on my college. I'm so sorry guys. But you have a really good size room here. Decent closet. The window is good placement. It's nice and bright. And then this room is still really cozy. Probably with different furniture, you're gonna feel really spacious, especially if you have little ones. This would work perfect for your smaller kids and definitely have a lot of space left over for them to play. Now let's get to the primary. Now this is really nice. Now of course you gotta have your primary with all the space. So this is a great size king size bed. Really love how they have it decorated. Probably would have preferred to have a second window to brighten it up a little bit more, but it still works really nicely. Got the ensuite bath. You have a nice tile shower, and then you have a really good sized closet in here. Oh, it just keeps going. So decent size on the closet space. Very good. You have one sink in here. So remember, portability, but still works well. And then you have a nice sized linen closet here for extra storage. Now let's go downstairs and talk numbers, because when you see how much this home is priced at, you're gonna see how much of a value this home really is. Let's go. We just finished touring the Columbus floor plan here by Lennar. This floor plan can be purchased at an all-inclusive price of $372,040. Here in the community at Waterstone, all of their floor plans are inventory only style, meaning the price you get includes everything. So the lot, the structural changes, and the design options are all included in the price that you get. So for the sake of our example, we're gonna use an FHA loan with a 3.5% down payment so that we can take advantage of their FHA interest rate promo of 4.75%. The monthly payment on a home like this at this price point is gonna be $1,873 per month, plus your taxes, insurance, PMI, HOA, and CDD. Now, just so that you have an understanding of just how much savings you get with buying in this community with these promotions, I ran the same sales price with a current market interest rate of 6.875, 6.9. This floor plan with the same price range would have a monthly payment around $2,375 a month, plus all the escrows and CDD and HOA. That is a savings alone of $500 per month on your monthly payment just from the interest rate promotion. That doesn't even include all the closing costs and all the extras that you can get as well. So it's a really, really, really great opportunity to have affordability without having to wait for it. Now, definitely keep watching because we're gonna be talking in a little bit about how buying specifically in this community can save you anywhere from $80,000 to $160,000 compared to the Lennar community in Clermont, just a few miles away. Now let's talk about those six-figure savings. We're gonna be comparing homes from Wellness Ridge by Lennar in Clermont, Florida to homes here in Waterstone by Lennar in Mascot. The home comparisons that we're going to use is comparing the Belmont floor plan here in Waterstone, which is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,429 square foot home. We're gonna be comparing it to the Annapolis floor plan in Wellness Ridge with similar specs. The price of the Belmont here starts at $344,990. In Wellness Ridge, it's $435,340, which is a $90,000 difference. Now, when we look at the Edison floor plan here in Waterstone, it's a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath with 2,112 square feet, and compare it with the Aspen floor plan at Wellness Ridge with similar specs. The Edison coming in at $381,040, and the Aspen is priced at $543,550. That's a $162,000 difference for two homes with very similar specs. Now, when we compare the Weston floor plan here at Waterstone, which is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,292 square feet, priced at $519,000, compared to the same floor plan in Wellness Ridge, that's priced at $599,990, we're talking about an $80,000 difference for the exact same home. This isn't a direct comparison because there are factors like the lot it's on, particular upgrades and things like that, but it's just showing you what's currently on the market and options available if you're looking for a more budget-friendly home. For best overall, this is the newest and my favorite community, Rainwood by Mattamy Homes. This community has the best amenities, variety of homes, and the prices are still really great. I am so excited to showcase this community to you. I'm here in Groveland, Florida, touring the Rainwood community by Mattamy Homes. We have the Talquin, which is one of their bungalow series. I really love the way this looks. Absolutely cute with the walk-up steps in the front porch area. This kind of gives me like, I don't know, celebration vibes, maybe? Really cute. Let's talk a little bit about this area and what is coming here. We're located in Groveland, Florida, right on the border of Clermont and Mineola. So where you're located is a really prime location here. They have rumors of a brand new Publix being opened pretty close to here. You're very close to a turnpike exit and the Crooked Can and all the new development that's happening in Mineola within 10-12 minutes away. Plus, you're just minutes from the new Groveland Square Shopping Center that's coming just a little bit north of here. All of that to say, you're gonna have a lot that's coming to this area. We're gonna cover most of that in detail in our big video coming soon. But for now, let's go check out inside. Right off the front, one thing that I love, this house is lined with windows, so it's really nice and bright. That's one thing that's just absolutely checks my boxes as a great feature. I love the size of the living room here. It's humongous. I like this style layout because it keeps this open space. It has a really nice front porch as well. And then look at this. These are a navy blue cabinet. I absolutely love it. Look at all this counter space. Absolutely beautiful. I love this kitchen. And over here, now, you know that I typically like my laundry rooms that have a window. I've never seen a pantry with one, but this is your pantry. You have it on both sides. I'm not really sure how I feel about it because someone could be walking by your house and then look over and see what kind of groceries you have. I don't know how I feel about that.
Or lack thereof.
Or lack thereof. I don't know. Now remember, I'm just seeing this for the first time with you, so we're gonna get to explore together. Over here, nice big closet under the stairs. You all know what that looks like. Over here, you have a half bathroom, which is a great size with a window. Very nice. You also have the door to the garage, which is in the rear of the home. That's what makes this a bungalow. Now, these bungalows are built on 40-foot wide lots, so you do have more space. And so I wanted to point that out. Even though the garage is in the back, you still have some outdoor space. So I love that the dining room is kind of tucked away a little bit off of the mains. So it kind of gives you dimension. All right, let's go to tour upstairs. Upstairs, it's really nice and very nice and spacious. Right off the staircase, you have a nice good loft space. They have the 2 windows, which gives a good amount of space to have like your second living room, good playroom area. One thing I want to note that I've noticed, there's a lot of blue in this house. It's kind of like the 50 Shades of Blue house, which apparently I came prepared because I guess I got the memo. But let's go on, move on. Look at this bedroom size. I absolutely love it with the 3 windows. Beautiful. Good sized closet, great window space. You got lots of natural light. This room is super bright. We got the other shade of blue. Oh, look at cute. This pillow is a bow. I love it. This is the bow room. So Minnie would be proud. But these are, you got 2 windows in here, and look at the size of this closet. This is a walk-in closet with a full-size window. Closets, okay, we can do windows in the closet, not in your pantry. Over here, you have a hall bathroom. There is separation from the toilet and tub, which I think is a really good option. Oh, look, my laundry with a window. Hooray. You do got a little size window, give you a little bit of light in here. They put in the extra cabinets, which is a great touch. And let's check out the primary. Oh, these are good sized closets. You don't have to fight over which one because they're about the same. I think they're really good sizes. One there, another big one over here. Oh, look how pretty this is with the wallpaper, with the textures. I like it. I like them. It's like a soft muted navy with the tans. Very nice. You got 2 big windows with 2 dead wasps. 1 and 2. Much better than being alive. Okay, this is really spacious with all the counter space. You got a perfect little nook here to put your laundry basket and the transom window for the wind so we can actually see in here. Let's talk about prices. This is the Talquin bungalow. Can you guess the price? Where do you think it's gonna land? This one, currently there's just one available, $428,990. So square footage on this one, 2,317. Oh, it's actually nice and breezy out. Yes, please. If you're noticing, if you look around, there's lots of homes, not just the models that are already built. They've built a whole bunch over this way, a whole bunch that way. There's a lot of inventory homes that are already underway. So if you really like this community, give me a call today. I can get you set up to have a closing potentially as early as July, August for some of these great inventory options, which, by the way, this community is going to feature over 15 different types of floor plans with 4 different home series. You've got the townhomes has 4 different styles. Bungalows have 4 different floor plans. And then the single family options, there's 60-foot wide lots that have 3 floor plans, and then 70-foot lot estate homes that are going to be 4 different floor plans that go on those. So in total, 15 different plans. Let's just talk about the overall community here at Rainwood. They're doing lovely, lovely options. You have a clubhouse and pool area over here. Lots of park spaces within the community, and also up here at the front. So you have these 70-foot wide estate lots that kind of line the community here, the 60-foot wide single families, all in here. Then you have bungalow series on this end, and then your townhomes over here. And they also are going to be doing, towards the end of the community, a live workspace townhome where you're going to have like a commercial shop space on the bottom floor of the townhome, and then livable space upstairs. So if you're a business owner and you want a storefront where you can live upstairs, that's going to be for you. And there's going to be only 8 of those available later on. You definitely need to subscribe. Oh, look. Oh, this is nice. Oh, look. Home design packages. Now, your home will not come with this big old touchscreen thing, but this is pretty cool. So you can definitely check out all the different design selections for the townhome options. But if you do want to come see this community in person, give me a shout. Call, text, or email. One thing to note is look how close it is to the Turnpike exit. And right here is going to be Groveland Square. And right over here, you take this road, and then here's Hills of Mineola. So you just take a quick back road, and then boom, Crooked Can right there. It's a fantastic location. There's so much that's coming to this whole area with development that it's gonna be really great. With over 400 new construction communities across the Central Florida area, it can be a daunting task to find your perfect home. Let me and my team do all the heavy lifting for you. Give me a call, text, or scan this QR code and we can connect. I think you'll like some of these videos too.